Welcome to the Trainer Mastery Month of Wave 2.0. This today is not a storytelling session, this is a skill demonstration. Over the next few sessions, you'll see how stories can create clarity, ownership, and influence in corporate spaces. Trainers, this is your stage to show not what you know, but how well you can make learning land. For this, first up, we have Dipanshi Agarwal with us. Over to you, Dipanshi.
Thank you so much, Radhika, for introducing me. So, today I'm going to talk about the email that should have been sent earlier. I was leading a corporate training engagement where multiple stakeholders were involved: HR, line managers, and a group of mid level professionals. Timelines were so tight, expectations were high, and my credibility as a trainer was directly linked to how smoothly the program landed. Midway through the engagement, participants' engagement dropped. The content was sound, but the energy in the room wasn't. I noticed it earlier, but assumed it was temporary dip. Instead of owning the issue, addressing it with the client immediately, I adjusted internally and kept going, hoping it would correct itself. By the time feedback came in, the concern was already voiced. The sessions didn't fully landed with the group. The problem wasn't the feedback. The problem was that it wasn't new to me. So here what I realized is that's when I realized when I had seen the issue but delayed ownership. I had chosen reassurance over the responsibility. When I was finally addressed it with the client, openly acknowledging the gap and what I should have done differently, the conversation shifted from evolution to trust. But it came later than it should have. So, ownership delayed is credibility diluted. In professional settings, early ownership doesn't weaken your position, it strengthens it. So, I'm asking you, audience, where are you currently aware of a gap, but positioning ownership, hoping time will fix it for you? Thank you.
Okay, right. Any questions, trainers? Sujata?
Hey, hi, Dipanshi. Just,
Hello.
yeah. Uh, Not exactly question. I totally agree with your points and could relate with me as a trainer. I kept myself in my initial days when I was struggling through all these, areas. And then
Yes.
I realized the effect of ownership and how it makes you strong as a trainer. So
Yes.
this quality is something which is really very important for each one of us as a trainer or as an employee or as a boss.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
yeah. So thank you for making this more clearer to me.
Most welcome.
Okay. So, if I actually say, okay, let me put this same thing. Let me just, sorry everyone, I just glitched a bit. Some network issue going on. So, what is one situation at work right now where you know what needs to be done but haven't acted yet?
Okay.
Anyone can answer this. It's not only for Dipanshi. Anyone can answer this. Okay, Dipanshi, would you like to answer?
Yes, I would say that if like when my manager asked me to create a report, and it was certainly not very clear. But instead of asking for the more clarity, I just kept silent. So instead of taking the ownership for my work, and I could have asked the question at the same time, so that my ownership was haven't got delayed. So here, taking the ownership, asking right question at the right time, helps us to get our work done on priority and on time.
Great, fantastic. So,
Yes.
has this situation happened to any one of you, Rahila, Dipali, or Frida, wherein you had any kind of you struggled with ownership, or you knew how to overcome it? Any one of the things? Yes, Dipali.
Um, yes, of course, it does happen. Sometimes we do not even own up our mistakes, also. We don't even take ownership for our mistakes. This also happens. And I think it's very convenient actually uh, to explain your procrastination,
Correct.
that like suppose, so this is the day where you have to do whatever you're doing on the social media, you have to post it on the social media. So sometimes you don't take the ownership, we don't do that, and it's a very convenient excuse for us that somehow we're not getting an opportunity. So probably we do pass the buck. I do feel that.
Yes.
What's your reflection, Frida?
Well, for me, it's always been when it comes to ownership, I've always been the one who takes it, and then I struggle because I don't seem to have the same ownership taken by the few other people that I have daily interactions with. But yes, I mean, it's very important when you're because I've learned a lot personally, professionally, because I've taken ownership. So, I mean, see, nothing comes served in a platter until you show interest, right? So, ownership helps you a great deal.
Thank you. Rahila?
Yeah, taking ownership is very necessary. As Dipali said, procrastination, all this, we do it on a regular basis. So definitely, we should take the ownership of what we do rather than giving all those excuses. And Dipanchi's story was really impactful. It made me think that when we have at work, we have to complete it on time, not delay it or procrastinate it. And at the end result, it's going to impact on us only. We are going to suffer at the end. So better to take the ownership initially. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. So, what you heard today was not a performance. They were professional movements turning into learning. In mastery, a story isn't meant to impress, it's meant to stay with the listener long after the session ends. Thank you to our trainers for holding the space with intent. It's a sign off from Atulit. See you in the next session.
Bye bye.
Thank you, Dipanshi.
Thank you.